Letters of John Nelson Darby, Volume 2, Letter 490-164E, of 1031. P. 262, Mr. Pinkerton, dearest brother, though I have delayed answering your letter, it was not through want of interest, but not only was I occupied rather beyond my force, but knowing by yours that you were gone to dash, I knew you would not receive mine till your return. But my mind and heart have been occupied with your work, and I trust in a measure before God, for I saw that the difficulties of the work began to come on for you. This is always so. It is His will that we should be thus exercised. The first sign and constant sign in all the others of an apostle is patience. We are strengthened with all might according to His glorious power unto all patience, and then the rest of the verse as to others who seem obstacles, and ourselves with God, and long-suffering with joyfulness. This long-suffering is of all moment. But we must be near God to be able to be large-hearted and firmly decided at the same time. The secret is to identify God's glory, and His people. This would have led Moses to wish himself cut off for them with God, and cut them off when down with them. He puts his tabernacle far off from the camp, very far off, but while Joshua always remained there, he went into the camp for the people. We cannot be too far from the camp, which is going into utter ruin visibly. What it required simple faith in the Word to see 50 years ago, now stares people in the face, but Paul could declare the wrath come upon the Jews to the uttermost, on account of their state, contrary to all men, and not pleasing God, yet have great heaviness and continual sorrow of heart for them. I say all this because I know that there is a kind of opposition very trying to the spirit. God has made me a lonely person. I never expect to find help in what is not out and out for Christ only, so that I am less disappointed, and go on my way looking for what God will give. Christianity works by what it brings, not by what it finds. The more we go on, the more we shall find that most Christians will not follow. They do not give up Christ, but have not faith to go right on in the path He would. The Christian world looks for great results. It is not the time. In the midst of the evil surrounding, the first point is to have what is true and solid, especially to begin thus. In a closing dispensation this is specially the case. This was the Saviour's work. I do not know if I ever told you how Jeremiah 15 acted on me at the beginning. Sometimes he represents Jerusalem beloved of the Lord, as the church is, then its state is before him, and he feels all its evil, yet declares he stood in the gap for it, and in the latter part of verse 19 gets his special directions from the Lord how he is to be his mouth. They were moreover to return to him, not he to them. With this we have the gospel to sinners, but in the professing world this is our path. Do not expect others to go with you who have not under God counted the cost, or rather, been directly moved by Him, but expect Him to work by the truth and grace you bring. There will be first last and last first, but He will never fail us, the feet I always say in the straight path, the heart as large as you can. But, dear brother, if disappointed in some, the doors being open, as you say, you have only to thank God and take courage. How thankful I was to get your letter, and know that the doors were thus open, I need not say. I blessed God with all my heart. For indeed you have much to thank Him for. To you the state of the church around is more as a new thing pressing on you. I am afraid of taking it sometimes too quietly, too much for granted, yet God knows I laid it to heart when that Jeremiah 15 took all its effect upon me, and I have labored on these 50 years, save 2 or 3, in the sense of it, and the gracious God has kept me hitherto. Never mind the plotting. The Lord knows it all, and if we do His will faithfully and graciously, it is His part to occupy Himself with that, and we can pray and commit it to Him. In Switzerland, where I am, the Lord has been and is blessing. Things are breaking up so fast in Europe, that it throws earnest persons on truths and a path they once despised. I have been in Italy, and there, though quietly, there is real progress, though the day of small things. Europe greatly requires an old laborer, and particularly England, but I do not like giving up the States. Were I not 74 I might think of both. In Canada blessing continues. I write you all this as, far away, news of the work is always refreshing. In general, though we might be very different, it is a time of blessing. Affectionately yours in the Lord. Vevey, April 12, 1874. 52164E